The book of Joel, chapter 1. The word of mighty God AHAYAH that came to Joel, the son of Pethuel. Hear this, you old men, and give ear, all you inhabitants of the land. Had this been in your days, or even in the days of your fathers? Tell you your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children another generations. That which the palmer worm had left had the locust eaten, and that which the locust had left had the cankerworm eaten, and that which the cankerworm had left had the caterpillar eaten. Awake, you drunkards, and weep, and howl, all you drinkers of wine, because of the new wine, for it is cut off from your mouth. For a nation is come up upon my land, strong and without number, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he had the teeth of a great lion. He had laid my vine waste, and barked my fig tree. He had made it clean bare, and cast it away. The branches thereof are made white. Lament like a virgin, girt with sackcloth for the husband of her youth. The meat offering and the drink offering is cut off from the house of mighty God AHAYAH. The priests, mighty God AHAYAH's ministers, mourn. The field is wasted, the land mourneth, for the corn is wasted, the new wine is dried up, the oil languisheth. Be ye ashamed, O ye husbandmen, howl, O ye vine dressers, for the wheat and for the barley, because the harvest of the field is perished. The wine is dried up, and the fig tree languisheth. The pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, and the apple tree, even all the trees of the field are withered, because joy is withered away from the sons of men. Gird yourselves and lament, ye priests. Howl, ye ministers of the altar. Come lie all night in sackcloth, ye ministers of mighty God AHAYAH. For the meat offering and the drink offering is withholden from the house of your mighty God. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of mighty God AHAYAH your El Elohi, and cry unto AHAYAH. Alas, for the day of mighty God AHAYAH is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Is not the meat cut off before your eyes? Yeah, joy and gladness from the house of mighty God AHAYAH. The seed is rotten under their clods, the garner are laid desolate, the barns are broken down, for the corn is withered. How do the beasts groan? The herds of the cattle are perplexed, because they have no pasture. Yea, the flocks of sheep are made desolate. O mighty God AHAYAH, to thee will I cry, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness, and the flame hath burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field cry also unto thee, for the rivers of waters are dried up, and the fire hath devoured the pastures of the wilderness. Chapter 2. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of mighty God AHAYAH cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a great strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burned. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and a horseman so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face the people shall be much pained, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust in another, they shall walk every one in his path, and when they fall upon the sword they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And mighty God AHAYAH shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed his word. For the day of mighty God AHAYAH is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now, said mighty God AHAYAH, turn ye even unto me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning. And rend your heart and not your garments, and turn into mighty God AHAYAH your Elohi, your mighty God, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repented him of the evil. Who knoweth if he will return and repent, and leave a blessing behind him, even a meat offering and a drink offering unto mighty God AHAYAH your mighty God? Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Let the priests, the ministers of mighty God AHAYAH, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, Spare thy people, O mighty God AHAYAH, and give not thine heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, Where is their God? Then will mighty God AHAYAH be jealous for his land, and pity his people. Yeah, mighty God AHAYAH will answer and say unto his people, Behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith, and I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen. But I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he had done great things. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for mighty God AHAYAH will do great things. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring, for the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the wine do yield their strength. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in mighty God AHAYAH your Elohi, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down for you the rain, the former rain, and the latter rain in the first month. And the floor shall be full of wheat, and the vats shall overflow with wine and oil. And I will restore to you the years that the locust had eaten, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar, and the palmer worm, my great army which I sent among you. And ye shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise mighty God AHAYAH. Praise the name of mighty God AHAYAH your mighty God, your Elohi, that had dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be ashamed. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am mighty God AHAYAH your Elohi, and none else, and my people shall never be ashamed. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And also upon the servants and upon the handmaids in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and the terrible day of mighty God AHAYAH come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of mighty God AHAYAH shall be delivered, for in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as mighty God AHAYAH has said, and in the remnant who mighty God AHAYAH shall call. Chapter 3. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off. For mighty God AHAYAH hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O mighty God AHAYAH. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decisions, for the day of mighty God AHAYAH is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Mighty God AHAYAH shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But mighty God AHAYAH will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall you know that I am mighty God AHAYAH, your El Elohi, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of mighty God AHAYAH, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed, for mighty God AHAYAH dwelleth in Zion. And that is the end of Joel. Thank you for listening.